You, I'm such ordinary person, you know, and I've written all these books, and I think you as well can do the same or even more. Why not? Why not? There's room for success for everybody. There's a seat on the table for you, my darling. I hope you grab it, you sit on it, and you make the best out of it. So hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video. I'm Nicole, very excited to shoot this video. Yes, I have written over 10 books, and we would like to know in this video like how that happened. So I'll be talking about like the title, I spelled the title, how I wrote 10 books in 7 years while being a full-time student and working as well, because I had to work to fund my studies. However, on the side I kept on writing, and yes, today we have over 10 books, but I will talk about the first 10 books that were written and edited and self-published in the period of 7 years. So let's get to it. I will say personally that I'm a born writer. I never went to school to study how to write or what to write. It's perhaps a self-taught thingy, but I think it should be a gift, something you were born with, because I started writing at a young age. I'm talking about 15, 16. I was already writing, and yeah, and I got my first article published when I was in high school, so almost like 16. So no one taught me how to write an article. I wrote an article and it was published, and it was really great. But I always wanted to have a book of my own, you know, to write a book, get a book out there, get a book published. But it was very challenging, because I was born and raised in a French-speaking country, and French world is a little bit slow when it comes to receiving a writer's manuscript and having to publish them. So it was a struggle to even get my first book published. So I had to wait to actually turn 19, leave my home country or leave my family, and turn 20, travel, leave the country, come to an English-speaking country, learn English, which is my third language, write a book in my third language, and have them published. I have it published, sorry. So from the first book, I moved from that one to the second to the third up until the 10th. Yeah, we have over 10, but today, like I said, we're covering my first 10 books, so how I wrote them. So yes, it took quite time to wait to learn a third language and get your book published in your third language. Yeah, but I think that if I can do that, so can you. I'm such ordinary person, you know, and I've written all these books, and I think you as well can do the same or even more. Why not? Why not? There's room for success for everybody. There's a seat on the table for you, my darling. I hope you grab it, you sit on it, and you make the best out of it. So the first thing is time management. You cannot have an ambition as to being a published author if you don't have time management. Like I said, I was studying, I was working, and then I wrote all those books. So if I didn't have time management, it would have been very difficult to actually reach those goals. You know, it would have been very difficult to spare time to writing, to spare time to just navigate through your thoughts, navigate through your mind, trying to express your emotions, your ideas, your mind, you know, in a book, in the form of writing, in the form of manuscript, and talk about having to compile a book in the future. So time management is very important. If you ask me, I would say maybe the time you spend watching TV, or you spend on social media watching a 3-hour vlog, if you cut off that time, you spend maybe watching a half-an-hour vlog, 10 minutes on TikTok, 5 minutes on Instagram, and maybe watching only news or 1 hour TV instead of 2 hours, you can always, you know, assemble, put together all those time and have or utilize them or use them to write a book. So it is possible for you as well to write a book if you just manage your time wisely, you use it wisely and correctly. So time management is very, very crucial. You have to manage your time. Like if we have to talk about me, I will say I'll go to school. I studied at CPUT. Yes, we have a bachelor degree in medical lab science. So I will go to CPUT for lectures, and then I will study and all those kind of things. Usually we'll finish in the afternoon, let's just say 5 p.m. Then I will maybe return home or head in the library to read ABC. In the evening, I just take 1 or 2 hours. You know, after you get home, you have to eat, you have to rest because you're human, not a machine. And then I take like 1 or 2 minutes, then I sit. But the good thing with me is that when I write, I don't erase. I've seen a lot of writers, she or he will write an entire paragraph and erase it. I'm just like, what is going on? Why are ideas not flowing? I believe if you're going to be writing, you must be clear on the topic you want to write about and allow ideas to flow. So when I sit, ideas will flow. I don't have really time to sit there and start deleting paragraphs. I think like it takes so much time. So be sure of the topic, you know, sit down and make sure when you start writing you don't go back to deleting them, because I had to change my battery. It was flashing. So definitely time management is very, very important. So that's how I did. I remember there was a year I even spent 2 or 3 years without watching TV, because I was using all those time to invest that time into writing a book, you know, finishing up with my manuscript. Because there's a lot of people who say, oh, I'm writing a book, oh, I started writing a book, I want to read. But what are your efforts into writing your book, compiling the manuscript and having them published? It's very, very important. So time management was really, really something that I had to really carefully practice. And then also whenever we get holidays from CPUT, I'll spend that CPUT usually give like 1 month and a half. I'll spend that 1 month and a half writing books. I don't go out to party, I didn't go out, you know, to have fun with friends or spend 5 hours on TikTok laughing at people's video. No, there was no time for such things, you know. I did use the time from holidays, weekends, and as well as, you know, public holidays. Sometimes I use that time to write books, you know, and it was really, really important. Like I said, I was also working. So with me, there were semesters where I would have like 2 or 3 subjects instead of 5. So which means I'm not on campus every day, and if I'm gonna be on campus maybe 3-4 times per week, so the other days I'll probably go, because I'm also a trained beauty therapist. So I spend time, you know, working at the beauty salons as a beauty therapist. Then I will go to beauty salon as well to work, because I had to make money to also fund my life, you know. So I will work. Sometimes I will get project like clients want me to translate the CV from English to French, or French to English. I get project like clients want me to edit the book, to self-publish the book, things like that. So those were like work I would do on the side as well, except the beauty, you know, the beauty, being a beauty therapist or a beauty course facilitator. So yeah, so I was working, yes, and I was studying, yes, and they're still writing those books. So you're gonna have to manage your time wisely. Anything that is wasting your time is not worth your time. It's not worth your attention. It's not worth your presence. So you can try to cut off everything that wastes your time. I know social media is very addictive. Most of people can spend 2 hours on Instagram scrolling, liking people's posts, commenting, watching 4 hours vlogs, watching this vlog, finish another one on YouTube, and then they go on TikTok. It's consuming so much time. If you use those minutes that you're spending hours, you can write your book. This year you can start and finish your book and tag me on Instagram. Just tag me, say Nicole, that's my book. I'll be like, yes, we did it. I'll be so happy for you. Like, you must be sure that I'll be very happy when you tag me with your book cover. And then I also want the back cover where there's your picture and your bio. Oh, it's delicious, darling. It's very delicious. So element 2, it is sacrifice. Yes, when I want something, I don't usually want things, I usually need things. When I need to do something, I do make sacrifice for it. There's no way I will need something and then I forget that you can't achieve the thing that you need without sacrifice. Sacrifice is very, very important. So you want a book, you're gonna be prepared to make some sacrifices. Yes, people will be going clubbing and inviting you. Don't you want to go club with us? You have to say no. It's a sacrifice you're making, because you know if you go clubbing, you're going to take a lot of alcohol. By the time you come back, you won't be able to sit down and write. So you just said, no, I can't go clubbing with you. So you're going to use the 3-4 hours you're going to spend at the clubs with friends to actually rewrite your book, you know, to increase pages when it comes to your manuscript being completed. You see, you want to write every day, you want to write every week. By the way, if you want to know how to write a book, please visit my website. Yes, I have a website, and I do offer a training on how to write a book, so you're welcome. It's actually a one-on-one training, so you actually get to meet for the first time. We'll have to meet and sit down, where I actually take you through the training on how to write a book, what to write, what not to write, how to get your manuscript completed, published, the book. We'll talk about the book launch, book presentation. It's an entire training, so I do that one-on-one. So that's what I'm saying. We may just meet face-to-face for the first time because of your book, and at the end of that training, I need to see your manuscript. I need to see what you've done so far. So if it's like 5-10 pages, it's fine. We're going to go through your manuscript with you. I'll give you feedback, like my opinion, what I think about your book, what needs to be changed, what needs to be added or removed, or whatever. But if you haven't completed your book yet, then I think for the fact that you sign up for the training, you see you qualify for a review from me. So whenever that book of yours gets completed, no pressure, you can always email me the manuscript and I'll go through it and I'll give you my opinion of your book. It's like a review, but it's not published yet. We're still on the manuscript level, but still easier, right, for me to give you feedback on the progress of your book. All right, good. So sacrifice is very important. I had to sacrifice a lot, my darling. I said TV was one of the things. I didn't watch TV for 2 to 3 years. It didn't hurt me because of the news. I was able to watch or read the news from Google. So that is very important for me. I need to know the weather so I can know what to wear and what hairstyle. I need to know the news, what is going on around me, safety purposes. So the news, I will get it from Google. So then I'll be just like, oh, I can't watch TV. I just have to write 2 more pages. I want this book completed in the next 3 months. So 2 more pages every single day. It is a world of sacrifice. You have to sacrifice. You have to make sacrifice. We can't talk about success without sacrifice. You're gonna have to be willing to sacrifice for you to become successful, to become a published author, to become an author, to become even a writer. It's a sacrifice. So I had to make quite a number of sacrifices. Yeah, so it was worth it. So just look at the things you can sacrifice as well, in terms of cutting off hours to put them together to write a book. Okay, the third element will be you must be determined. Determination, that's me. That's what I know about Nicole. When she said she wants to do something, even if she doesn't have resources, that thing doesn't go away. We're talking about dreams here, goals and passion. So it was my goal to get like I said, I was born in a French speaking country. It was difficult to get a book out. When I find myself in an English speaking country, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to learn English. It's my 3rd language, like seriously. And write a book in my 3rd language and attempt publication, because I saw there was potential for me to get my first book out. But only there was potential only in an English environment, not in the French environment where I was born and raised. You're gonna have to be determined, my darling. I was very determined. I said, yeah, you really have to set goal and stick to it. Even if your partner, your husband, your wife trying to talk you know, out of it, your friends, you're not gonna write a book, you're not gonna make it, you are not smart, you're busy. Don't give up. Just be determined, you know. if you are determined, you set a goal, you follow through. We're gonna talk about your book this year. We're gonna talk about it. If it's delayed, maybe next year. So I was very determined. I knew what I needed was to get my first book out, because I knew once the first book is out, I will do the second, the third, the fourth, the 10th. So yes, you have to be determined. So yeah, the fourth element is passion. Yes, it's everything I do, my darling, I do out of passion. When I'm passionate about something, it's one of those moments of life, you know, when I wake up 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm just sitting there working. I call it passion. Like, I can't sleep because something is bothering me. There's an idea, there's something that I have to do. It goes beyond everything. You have to be passionate about writing a book. It shouldn't be something you sing about. Oh, I want to write a book, I'm gonna write a book one day. I think it would be nice to have my name on the cover. It's not something you talk so easily. You have to be passionate about wanting to be a published author, wanting to be on the cover of a book, wanting to have your name out there, your ideas, your mind, your thought out there. It's passion. Without passion, it's not gonna work, my darling. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. I'm serious. You have to be passionate. I was passionate since I was 15, 16. And yeah, so yeah, you have to be passionate, because even though the first book went out, I still didn't give up. I released the second book, the third, the fourth, the fifth, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm getting ready to release the 10 other books that I have. But those books are like about my life story, so I'm not ready yet to tell the world all the challenges that I face in my life. I'm not ready yet for you to know. Yeah, I'm trying to, you know, entertain you guys a little bit, so you don't think of me as someone who is always serious. No, I make a lot of jokes sometimes, yeah. So you really have to be passionate about it. It has to be something that you want, you long for, something that you can do, that you are happy to do. All right, so passion is definitely one of the things. Number 5, it's definitely the desire. You have to set goals, you know, you have to set goals and desire to achieve them. That's very important. You can't just set goals, you know, I want to have a book, I want to be a published author, and you don't work for it. No, I like goals because goals keep you motivated. Like when I set a goal, I'm like I set a goal this year. I said my other 10 books, you know, need to be completed this year, because they're still in the form of manuscript, you know. They need touch up. So I set a goal to myself. I'm gonna share my personal goal with you, that before we reach December, I must be a 21. I must be a person who has written 21 books before December. And let me tell you, my darling, every night these eyes are up and working. Yesterday I slept at 4:30. I finished working at 3 a.m. at 4:30, and I woke up at 10. So basically 4 hours of sleep, 5 is enough for me, because by December I need all my 21 books to be ready. Okay, the 10 others are ready. They're ready, available on Amazon. You can check them out. But the 10 others, they need touch up, and that touch up costs me time. I need to reread those chapters and tell myself, I don't like this, I don't like that. Edit this, insert, exit, that. I just meant that I need adjustment, to do adjustment onto these books. So as I set a goal as such, I cannot sit and watch TV for hours. It's not gonna work, because it's not gonna work. I won't achieve my goals, because my goals are heavy. Heavy means require a lot of time and work behind them. So I don't have time to entertain this body in front of the TV for 3 hours. Not even entertain this life in front of, or on YouTube for 2 hours. I don't have much time. You know, don't think of me as someone who doesn't break. I break, my darling. I go on holidays. I live my life. That's something you must be sure of. But when it comes to working, setting up goals, putting work behind my goals, that is a priority for me. All right? So this is basically how I did it. Yes, the first book was released in 2013. 14. I was in my second year at CPUT. That's when my first book was released. It's called Black Shades of Tears and Up. Please watch the next video where I talk about reviewing my books. So I'm trying to review. I did actually review all my 10 books, all my first 10 books, for you to have an idea what I've written. And yeah, they're mostly like novels and stuff like that. Nothing dramatic. I didn't write a dictionary or whatever. Mostly I like what is real. As much as I'm naturally so good with fiction, I don't write fiction book. I like what is real. Like I like writing about problems that a community is facing and how to solve it. You know, I think we should be problem solvers. That's what we were born for. That's what we were born to do. At least that's what some of us were born to do. So we can't be there looking forward to solving problems if we don't expose that problem, you know, in daylight and trying to address them, come with potential solutions. So that's pretty much it. So yes, I know only one person thinks of me as genius. When he said like, you've written over 20 books, he's like, Nicole, you're a genius. I'm like, no, don't call me a genius. I don't like that, because I don't see myself as a genius. I'm like, call me Nicole. That's just it. But I'm not a genius, one more time. So I am an ordinary person. I believe you also can do what such an ordinary person I've done. You know, I wrote those books in my third language. You probably have to write your book in your first language or in your second language. I don't know what's your first and second language, but if someone can write books in their third language, over 10 books, what makes you think you can't write a single book in your first language or second language? There's room for accomplishment with you. It's a little bit easier than other people's challenge burden. And bear in mind, I was writing these books when I was studying full-time at CPUT, and I was working as well. It's all about sacrifice, discipline, perseverance, being determined, being passionate about what you want, setting goals, making sure you achieve them, and wanting to be a published author. Okay, my love, I love you so much, but I have a lot to do. So I will have to leave you here. And should you have any question, feel free to comment in the comment section down below. Share this video, like, subscribe to the channel, and please check out my books on Amazon. Yes, my name is Nicole Mampuya. You do not care about how to pronounce my surname. It's fine. It's just temporarily, you know. It's temporarily. If you type my first and surname on Amazon, my books should appear, and you can purchase them on Amazon. And like I said, if you want a training on how to write a book, what not to write, how to write, anything like book publication, you want me to MC even your book launch, your girl is ready for business. Yes, I always talk and think business. Unfortunately, unless it's a charity event, then I think about charity. I love you so much, but I have to leave you now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on my next upload. Bye.